Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing an assumptions video. I've been seeing a lot of them going around. I thought it'd be really fun because I've done some Q&As already, so this would kind of be a different way of getting to know me. I realized that my hat's black and the background's black, but I didn't wash my hair and it's greasy, so I'm gonna wear a hat. And I think the black one just looks cuter, so sorry if my head looks like it's in the background. So we're gonna start off. I'm just drinking some wine because it's been a long day / already long short week. The first one is, you are a perfectionist. I am far from it. Definitely not a type A personality. My sister is type A. I would say Travis even maybe might be a type A, but I am very just nonchalant, kind of just, I'm pretty chill. I might talk very fast, but I'm a pretty chill person. My dad always complains that I'm too chill. Especially when I was trying to figure out what to do with my life, he was kind of like, you have to decide and do something or else you're just gonna be doing nothing for the rest of your life. But thankfully I found this. So the next one is, you're well off but worked hard and continue to be humble about it. I think it's hard to define what well off means. I am comfortable, I don't struggle to pay the bills, I would say, every month, and if that means I'm well off, then great. Definitely how I want to live. I don't want to be super rich and have too many things, because I grew up with a lot of people that had a lot of money, and I found that the more money you have sometimes, the more problems you have. So Trav and I have created a life where we're both very comfortable. We have enough time to hang out with each other, but we also have enough to live comfortably and buy a house and fix a roof if we need to, and fix a car, and I'm able to afford to just out of the blue buy 4 new tires because they all blew. So I guess I'd say that I am, or we are, because we're getting married, so it's both our funds. We are well off in the terms of how we want to be living, and I try to be humble about it. I definitely don't want to be bragging or make anyone feel uncomfortable about if I ever talk about, I don't know, if I have a new purchase that's a luxury purchase that maybe you can't afford. I'd never want you guys to think that I'm rubbing it in your faces. Not at all. I definitely worked very hard to save up for it. And it's not, yeah, I just never want you guys to think that. Next one. So you try not to buy into trends too much and like to stick with a more minimalist, chic wardrobe. I would like to think I'm chic, but I used to be very much more minimalist because I was in school. I didn't want to buy too much, and I also just didn't have that much room to put all my clothes. I was running out of room even at my parents'. But recently, because I started YouTube, I started doing these hauls, I started doing these styling videos, I feel like I wanted to open up my style to accept more trends. So yes, I think I am doing more trends now, so a little less minimalist because a lot of the trends are a little bit out there, or just definitely not a minimalist style. But I like to mix it in with my grounded minimalist style. So you'll see me bring in snake print boots like I did this winter, but they're not cowboy snake print boots. They're very narrow, low profile snake print boots that I feel like I would wear in 5 years, in 10 years if the style ever came back. Or even if the style didn't come back, it would mix nicely with everything else in my wardrobe. Puffers, I got the shiny Aritzia black puffer because I think that even in 5 years I'll wear it, even though the puffer trend will probably be gone or would have come back. But I didn't buy a bright yellow one, even though I think they're super cute. But I wouldn't see myself wearing it for more than a couple years. So when I buy into trends, I make sure that it will last my wardrobe for over 5 years, so that I'm not just wasting my money and wasting clothes. Next one is that you're right-handed, because 70% of people are right-handed. I am right-handed. I don't know how you knew that. I mean, that's 50-50 chance, but let me know. I want to know why you assumed I was right-handed. I'd be more curious to see that. You feel insecure about mean comments, and there was another one up there that also said, the other one says, you're not good at dealing with criticism of any kind. So I'm just going to talk to you about those two together because it's the same thing basically. Mean comments, 100%, Like, I'm just not about it. Don't leave them. If you're gonna leave them, I'm gonna delete them. It's not because I don't deal with them well, I just don't think it's constructive. If it's not constructive, if it's a constructive mean comment, then maybe I will respond to you and talk to you about it. But if it's just a mean comment, period, if you're a troll just trying to be mean, then I will delete it. There's no benefit to anyone reading it, and it obviously hurts me. Like, I can say that it doesn't hurt me, but it does. I'm a sensitive person, and I think I do need to have thicker skin to continue to do YouTube, but it has not happened yet, so please don't leave mean comments and criticisms. But yeah, they're constructive, then do it. Your closet is huge. Where do you keep all your sweaters? My closet actually isn't that big. I share a closet with Travis right now that's like is on the other side of this camera. It spans the width of this room. So I mostly have like all of the clothes that I wear like most of the time. So like my jeans, my sweaters, and then some of my blazers and like a few skirts. I haven't finished the closet / office that's in this next room, like over here. You'll be seeing a sneak peek of it in a vlog coming very soon, by the way. I know a lot of you have been asking. When I do finally build that, then I think that will be the biggest closet I've ever had. It's still a pretty like normal sized room. It's not it's not like a celebrity's closet, but I will also be using the basement that we have that's semi-finished as storage too. I think I'll get those like racks with the bags over top so I can hang my clothes in and not have them get all dusty. But currently I don't have a large closet. My sweaters are being stacked in each other in almost like this like bookshelf thing that's inside the closet. I think I have about 25 to 30 sweaters in there. And it's really just about like trying to make them fit. I also got a big basket that's like this big, this tall with a lid that I put all like my big fleece sweaters, like my North Face and the Patagonia. And then I put my pajamas in there too because they're just like bulkier. And then I put the lid on so it looks chic and cute, but it is holding a lot of bigger sweaters in there. So that's a little trick if you're low on space. So the next is you are very focused and goal oriented. I'm definitely very focused on my work. I make sure that like I get everything done when I say I will, and if I don't, it's because I'm overwhelmed and I took on too much, and that's my bad. But I will get it, like I usually try to get it as soon as possible, and that's been happening to me the last 2 weeks, and I feel internally very, very bad about it because I've been just so overwhelmed with all the house renos that I have missed some deadlines. But I think I have caught up now, so yay. But I will also link all my outfits that I am still missing because I was running behind. Goal oriented, I don't actually think I am. I am a very reactive person, so I live life like day by day. I am very bad at planning, which might surprise a lot of you, other than planning content, but I'm very bad at planning like a goal. Not bad at it, I don't like doing it because like, I don't know, I don't think it's healthy, at least for me, to have like a goal to want to do something in a certain period of time, because if I don't do it, it makes me feel really bad. That might go against what all those like life guru people say, because goal orientation and setting goals for your life are so popular. But I think that if you are doing what you like and you set like little goals maybe, then that's great. And I think I'm little goal oriented, but I don't like to set huge life goals for myself. Next one is you speak Cantonese. I do speak Cantonese. I don't speak it very well. I understand it much better than I speak it, but I used to speak it really, really well. Out of the three of us, my siblings and I speak it the best. My mom used to like put me in front of her like TV and she would watch her like Chinese soap opera shows, and I would sit there with her, and that's how I learned all my Cantonese. And my grandparents lived with us, so I would talk with them a lot. But then I went to university, and I didn't have any friends that spoke Cantonese, so I kind of lost it, sadly. And now when I try to speak it, I have a heavy English accent, and my aunt and uncles and my parents are always like, haha, you sound so funny, in a nice way, but it's still just like, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll just speak English then. Okay, you love shoes more than bags. I think, I don't know, I like them both, but I definitely have more shoes than bags. Partially because the shoe trends I feel like change more often. There's more wear and tear that goes into shoes versus bags. And I often find that bags are a lot more expensive than shoes. So I definitely have, I think, a handful of like really, really good luxury bags, but I have more like than double of that of shoes. So if quantity equals love, then sure, I love shoes more, but if I could have more bags, then yeah. I'm a very confident person. I am not, I feel like. I don't know. I think in the last couple of years, I have become much more confident. I don't step out of my comfort zone enough. That is one of the things that I wish I was better at being brave enough, being confident enough to step out of my comfort zone. And I've been reading a lot about how people are doing that and how it's enriching their lives. But I'm just so, I don't know. Growing up, my parents put me in music, taught me how to play violin because I didn't talk to a lot of people growing up. And the doctors had thought that me doing music would help me express myself. So it did. Like, I do talk to people now, but I'm not comfortable doing it all the time. I would definitely much more prefer to be at home, in my home, on the couch, watching Netflix with Travis, drinking wine, hanging out with close friends that I've like gotten to know. I love making new friends, but it takes a lot of preparation for me to like be in that mood to go out and like socialize. I don't want to sound like a hermit, but that's why I don't think I'm a confident person. But talking to a camera, I've become more confident, so maybe that makes me seem confident, which maybe is a good thing. The next one is that you would have preferred to live in the city rather than Guelph. That's actually not true. I wanted to move outside the city. I've always grown up about like over 30 minutes from the city. I lived in Richmond Hill growing up, and then I went to school in Hamilton, and then I went back to Richmond Hill. So I've always kind of like had that escape. Maybe for like a couple of years I thought I wanted to live in downtown Toronto, but I love driving and I love having space, and that's not possible in Toronto, especially for like if I wanted to buy a house. If we wanted to buy a house because we want to prepare for a family, that wasn't happening in Toronto for the price point that we had. And even if I could have afforded it, the only reason I would have bought in Toronto is for an investment, not because I thought that I would enjoy it. I love the feeling of driving outside Toronto. Like today when I left the city and I drove home, it took me 1 hour and 20 minutes, which sure, it's long, but it's not that bad. But that drive really helps me like kind of wash off the day. That's kind of like my meditation sequence of the day, to think about what happened, think about what I have yet to do, and all that. And then now that I'm home in Guelph, everything is like 10 minutes away also, which is brilliant. So if I ever need to run errands, it's just like boom, 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 boom. I'm not like trying to strategize how to get everywhere that's like 30 to an hour away because of traffic or because of just where it is in the city. So I actually really, really wanted to move to Guelph, and I'm very happy about it. You seem short, but not short, just below average short, like 160 centimeters. I actually don't know what I am in centimeters. I am 5'5" to 5'6". So, I mean, I don't think I'm short, but I might be short compared to some people, obviously. But I'm pretty tall in terms of like my family. I am one of the taller females in my family, so I don't consider myself short, but you might, I don't know. You mentioned being an exercise physiology major, thought you'd go to med school. I actually was biology physiology, so that's not exercise necessarily, that's more animal biology. The McMaster program for biology physiology specialization is more like animal biology. So whenever I watch like Blue Planet or all those animal documentaries, I actually, it like flashes me back to class. I did think that I was going to be a doctor though. That was definitely in the plans. And I went to nutrition afterwards thinking I'd still go into medicine, but in the end, I found my passion for something more creative, and medicine wasn't gonna give me that. That I'm a foodie. I'm not as much of a foodie as I thought I would be. I thought getting into blogging and trying out all these different restaurants would make me much more of a foodie, especially with my nutrition background, but no, Travis loves to cook. I don't hate to cook. It just isn't one of my passions. Like, I never come home and I'm like, ooh, can't wait to make this dish. It just like isn't something that I'm into, so I feel like I'm not really a foodie. Like, but I love to try new restaurants and try new foods. But I wouldn't consider myself someone who should critique. You're an egocentric, you're short-tempered. I have to actually Google what egocentric means. Thinking only of oneself without regard for the feelings of others. Self-centered. Okay. I mean, that's kind of mean. But no, I am definitely not egocentric. I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, as I had mentioned. I've always kind of had that mothery, what do you call it, mothery characteristic to me. I feel like I'm always like making sure everyone's okay around me. And I'm definitely not short-tempered. I like to be with Travis. If you get to know him, I definitely can't be short-tempered. He is probably one of the most annoying people you'll ever meet. Like, he's not annoying, he just likes to annoy you. So like, he gets joy out of annoying you. So I definitely can't be short-tempered, because otherwise we definitely would not have lasted 8 years together. You believe that it's better to spend more on better quality pieces in regards to clothing? Yes, definitely. All my pieces that are still my favorites after 5 years are pieces that I have spent more on. For those of you who are on a budget, you don't need to get a new piece like every couple months. Really, you need a good pair of jeans. You need a good pair of trousers. You need a good pair of boots. You need a good t-shirt. Most expensive t-shirt you can get is probably Modern Essentials. It's great, but you don't need it if you're on a budget. Gap makes great ones. They're like 15 bucks, right? And you need like maybe 2 good sweaters, like a chunky one and then a more fine knit one. All of those you can save up for and get quality pieces that will last you for years. So yes, my most favorite pieces are the ones that I spend more money on. You nag a lot? I don't think so. I think Travis nags more than I do. I don't really have anything to nag about because I'm not a perfectionist. So I feel like people who nag a lot are perfectionists because something always bothers them. And so they always need to fix something. You just like wearing color often. So that actually has changed in the last year. I have been wearing more color, as you guys have seen. I wore more, like a lot of red recently because I got like a new red sweater. I am trying to wear more color because, oh yeah, my pillows are yellow. Look at me. Just because like, I just got bored. I got bored of my neutrals. I still love it. I still feel more confident, more chic, and more stylish when I'm wearing my neutrals, but there's like something more fun about dressing in color. You're very introverted and don't know how to act in social events. So yeah, I definitely am more introverted. I just explained to you kind of like previously that I definitely love to be alone or with Travis just because I get exhausted. So introverted means you get your energy from being alone, and extroverted means you get your energy from being around others. So I'm definitely more introverted than extroverted. I do know how to act in social events. I feel like anyone who's met me in a social event wouldn't really know that I'm an introvert. I've definitely like learned how to adapt to those situations because of the industry I'm in. You were very popular at school. Depends on which school. High school, I definitely had my group of friends. I wouldn't say that I was a loner at school, but I wasn't like one of those popular people that like went out all the time because I lived about an hour away from my high school. So a lot of the time, like, I would be at school and then leave. Like, I would do extracurriculars and then leave. And I wouldn't have a lot of time to like hang out with my friends because I was like traveling all the time. But in university, when I lived like 5-10 minutes from the campus, and I was on sports team, and I was in the orchestra, like, and I was in a lot of clubs, I feel like, yeah, like I was more popular than I was in high school. But university is such a big campus. I feel like a lot of people can have a lot of friends and a lot of people can be considered popular. So, but yes, I had a lot of friends just because of like the activities I was involved in. Alright, and that's the wrap. That is my assumptions video. I hope that you enjoyed watching it, and I hope that you learned something new about me. If you didn't get a chance to be involved or write down some of the assumptions, you can follow me on Instagram and leave me a DM there, or make sure that you don't miss the next poll, because on Instagram, that's where I usually do most of my polls and questions and like gathering of questions for these types of videos. And if you like the video, leave me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you next time.